Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Podcastarony. In a different sort of way, I'm gonna okay. To an exception to this one instance, I'm gonna try to do this at some point weekly. There we go, so I don't get copyrighted. So, to the normal rule, I'm gonna try to do this weekly, so if you want to listen to this podcast live and interact with it in a live manner, turn on notifications on YouTube and on my YouTube channel. It's the same as the SoundCloud. And that's how you'll listen to it live. Just turn on notifications, and when you see me go live, that's usually what I'll be doing. If not, it'll be some other gaming related thing, if gaming is the reason why you're here. But if you're listening to this post, you're probably here for music discussion, so we're going to do a mix of both. And this will just be an 18 to 20 minute type thing. And I'm going to try to choose a different game every time, so I decided this time to do Grand Theft Auto 3, because I thought it would be oh, damn it. A pretty good game. Around the beginning of August, my internet completely sucked, so I could never do anything, and it is saying that now on my thing that I can't do anything, and now it's gone. So, I'm going to talk about Chester Bennington again. I know I did a whole video on it on my channel, and I talked about Linkin Park on the last episode that I did way back in June. I just took a break from this, but yeah, I wanted to talk about the whole thing. I saw videos, and I still kind of am seeing videos from music YouTubers, like more like music critic YouTube people like I'm not saying directly these people, but people like ARTV and Spectrum Pulse, that type of YouTube field, like music critics. I can't remember the exact. It was that bald guy with the glasses who brought this to my attention. That the new Linkin Park album that came out in May, I believe. One More Light. His opinion. He was asking the question, did my opinion change on One More Light due to his death? Now, for me, the answer to that question is no, it did not. I liked that album from day one. I mean, I was angry at Heavy at first. I will believe that. Or admit to that, rather. I will admit I did not like Heavy, and I like it now. It grew on me, I guess I should say. But then when the whole album came out, I liked most of the songs. The only song I don't really care for is Halfway Right. But other than that, all the other songs are pretty good to me. So that's the answer to that question. Now, I wanted to also talk about how now this whole thing has been accepted, but at one point people were really mad and it was a controversy type thing. The whole thing about Mania, the new Fall Out Boy album. Now, I pre-ordered this album on iTunes the day Young and Trash came out. It was available for pre-order on iTunes, and I got it before I even listened to the song, which I kind of regret for two reasons. One, that song gave me a false impression and made me think I wasted my money. And on some sense, it did. My car set on fire, and that is not how. But yeah, the whole thing about it was that they were giving out pre-orders for an album that didn't exist. And that is completely true, because the album was totally not even finished. The singles were barely finished. The 3 that are out now, those were barely finished. They were probably in the mixing stage of those 3 songs, and they were already giving out pre-orders for a 10-song album, and barely 3 were done. So that was just complete false advertising, I think, of making us pre-order a product that straight up didn't exist, and also at the same time selling millions of bundles with t-shirts and hoodies and book bags and all this crap just so they can make money. Now, I understand why these bands' merch and tours are the #1 thing that make bands money. The albums do not make the money anymore, so I get the whole thing that they're trying to sell their merchandise. But stop pushing it so freaking heavily. And just cashing in on whatever was popular. Like last year, Stranger Things first season came out, and they put out a little t-shirt that said Fall Out Boy and Stranger Things bought, and it's like, they're just doing whatever's popular. I'm sure thank God they actually have some dignity. If they didn't have any dignity, they would have a bunch of Fall Out Boy fidget spinners. Like, that's just what I think. And, so some new music. Good, All Time Low, had their album Last Young Renegade come out this summer. And I thought that's definitely not their best. I will say that. I don't really have a favorite album by them, but that's definitely not. It's not their best, but it's still, I think, was a pretty solid thing for what it was doing. And they just released I guess the single that, not the lead single, but the single that everyone ended up gravitating towards, Good Times, just got an orchestral remix, which is just, so good. It's beautiful. Like, it's really pretty good. Like, I recommend that version over the original version by a landslide. I was trying to find my notes paper, but I don't think that's happening. A bunch of people are falling off this bridge with me. Ooh, hidden package. I know people listening are like, what are you saying? Ooh, hidden package. I'm playing a game, if you couldn't figure that out by my intro. You're probably hearing the game, which I know is very unprofessional. Also, something I'm really excited for. New Politics. They got a new album coming out, which is great. I've listened to pretty much all the singles. I don't know what one's my favorite. Probably CIA or the piano version of One of Us. That's another really beautiful song. You gotta look it up. One of Us, piano version by New Politics. That's just so good. The album is reminding me a lot of that record label's sound, like the electro rock that it's going for, like Mania is going for that, and the record label's owned by Pete Wentz, so it kind of makes sense. Because that's what the New Politics album is sounding, sort of like a disco rock. I don't want to say disco. I hate disco, and then crap. People cutting me off. So yeah, their album is shaping up to be really freaking pretty solid. My favorite album by them is the Harlem album. That was a pretty good album. A Bad Girl in Harlem, that's what it was. And then their latest one, Vikings, was pretty solid too, but yeah. Oh crap, I knew that was gonna happen at some point. Run! And Brand New's last album. I'm so sad. It's science fiction, and it's actually a pretty good album. I loved it. To be honest, I don't want to seem like you're a brand new noob. You're like a brand new noob. There's a lot of like repeating words here, like new and new. But yeah, I think it was probably their best album to come out. And it was just a great banger to go out with to end the whole era of Brand New. Now let's just hope the same thing happens in the 1975, because I hear that their next album will also be the last of the 1975 in quotes era of that band. They're gonna like rebrand after this next album, which I think is a cool idea, and I don't think it's like a gimmick or anything like that. But, it's music. I probably left the music on in the other one, and I probably already got a copyright claim. But, yeah. So, that is that. Next up on the agenda, because I don't know, because I don't have my notes anymore. I guess I can talk about some gaming stuff. So, games I've been playing now, I've been playing a lot of Saints Row recently, the expansion pack, out of hell. I put a video up yesterday about it, and a video today that was like probably 10 minutes long around. Hopefully it's a good length episode. If it's 8 minutes or above, I'll keep it up. But if it's anywhere in like the 7-minute mark, I'll probably take it off. Because the game did crash on me during my recording, which was just... thanks. But yeah. Many games I want. I want Saints Row 4, because and Agents of Mayhem. Like, I've just gotten back into the whole Saints Row thing because watching Agents of Mayhem videos, and I don't even know if the game is good. I mean, it looks pretty not bad, but not good, like a mixed thing, and it looks to be shaping up. It's just a pretty average game, but I still want to get it, because I love anything Saints Row, except really the first game. The first game is just... it's such a weak game. That was when it was just a Grand Theft Auto knockoff, and then Saints Row 2 was a Grand Theft Auto knockoff on steroids, and then Saints Row 3 was Saints Row 2 on steroids, and then Saints Row 4 was just... it's a completely different thing, to be honest. This game is going crazy. This game is so nostalgic. Grand Theft Auto 3, just such a classic. It is a modern and classic Grand Theft Auto 3 is. There's nothing more simple than Grand Theft Auto 3. It's such a simple, open world game. And that's what makes it good. So I was also fire. My car's on fire. Run, Claude, go. Other games I've been playing a lot of Minecraft, as you see on my YouTube channel. It's like I've turned into a Minecraft channel, which I didn't really mean to do, seeing that the Minecraft community just turned into total trash. But I also wanted to talk about the Net Nobody and KSI beef. I know, I thought we finally got out of the diss tracks thing, but I just had to talk about this because I think Net Nobody is just a complete genius. He's a complete genius. Now, let's start at the beginning here with the whole... So, Sky Does Minecraft quit his YouTube channel in about the beginning of July, and he decided to rebrand his Sky Does Things channel, which was his vlog channel, into a music channel where he posted music, and he posted a few good tracks, like Mask, I think was one. That was a really good one. But he was just posting music on there because that was his new thing. He liked doing that. And so his girlfriend at the time, or fiance or something like that, they had a kid a year before, and she cheated on him, and so he left her, like, for good this time, because he was just fed up with that happening. It happened like 3 times before, and I'm not gonna name who because it's just not worth it, really. And so he said that he has more money than you. The only reason you're famous is because of me. And he wanted his son back because all she was doing was getting freaking stoned while the kid was watching. So then KSI was seeing all of this and decided, you know, I'm gonna get on this. as he does, just trying to cause drama. And so he didn't, at first, they were both in on it together, like, ooh, let's make a meme, it'll be hilarious. But then, Sky went a little too far. And, got really mad for no freaking reason. And he decided to make a diss. Hold up, let me see if I can get the... You. Yeah, I don't know what you... I do not know what you means, but thanks for the comment. So... yeah, he was talking about it, and so he made a diss because KSI took it... one of them took it too far, and so he made a diss. That nobody made a diss, and it went completely viral. It's called Distracted. And it went completely viral. And as it did, it was fire. It was really good. And so, KSI really didn't know how to react, so he tried to react with another bang by getting Elisa to be in the video. And he did. So, she took the son to him, which, by the way, his son didn't even recognize his own father, which was just so heartbreaking to hear about on all of the videos on Drama Alert. If you want to look them up, they're on Drama Alert. All the interviews where I got most of this information from. So KSI makes his response to this, while also he leaked the other KSI diss track that Nobody did, which ended up being completely reworked, but I'm like getting all disheveled with my thoughts. So then, like as I said, he made the diss track that I thought was not really that good. I mean, the beat, I'll give it to you, the beat was pretty good, but you skipping around it exactly how Sky predicted you would do. Run! Like you were just skipping and speed rapping all through the beat, and the beat was way too loud in those sections, so we couldn't even freaking hear you. You're lucky you were putting the lyrics, or else I wouldn't know what you were saying. It was and then most of the video was just Elisa feeding him grapes in Adidas uniform, which I don't know if that's supposed to make her look sexy, but it didn't make her look like that at all. It made her look like a female dog. So, about 20 minutes later, That Nobody makes his response to that track, which was so good, and he was pretty much just saying, you proved me right. All that stuff you did in that diss track is exactly what I wanted you to do, and this is why. You brung Elisa, which I wanted you to do, and she gave you information so you could write twisted and lied lyrics about me. You know why I do that? Because she said lies, and if a parent, she just twisted all these lies, gave all these twisted lies to KSI so he would have lyrics for the track. And he also, That Nobody said that I did it for the meme. So he pretty much doesn't even care about the whole thing. He's just doing it because for the meme, just someone who just doesn't care. And so then at the end, he pretty much explains, you did everything I wanted you to do. You bring Elisa so she can say all these twisted lies to you, so I can get custody of my kid back, which was just, if that was the way he actually planned it, and he didn't just do that to make him seem cool, that was completely genius. Like, that is just a completely genius move on his part, and it was just so pristine. It's good. Oh, well, I'm dead. So, yeah, those are all the topics I have on the agenda for today. I'd like to thank y'all for watching or listening, whatever works for you. Check out my SoundCloud for more tracks and more episodes of Podcastarony, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.